Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the hundreds and hundreds of true school sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Hope you're having a fantastic time as you're watching this video. Gonna touch on a topic that I'm very interested in touching on. Been talking about Deontay Wilder on Facebook. If you have me on Facebook, been really getting into him on Facebook because Tyson Fury won the titles. He beat Wladimir Klitschko legitimately in a sloppy fight, but was able to get the titles and do what no other fighter in 10 years has done, which is hand this guy a loss. And Wladimir being the longest reigning heavyweight champion since Larry Holmes, heavyweight champion that is, that's a big deal. And people like Deontay Wilder wanted to steal this guy's shine away by going on Instagram and now basically saying indirectly that this guy is trash and that he's the best heavyweight in the world, and that ticked me off. So basically in this article says that too. You know, and shout out to Ryan O'Hara, BehindTheGloves.com. Deontay Wilder says that people cannot deny that I'm officially now the best heavyweight in the world. And then we'll read some quotes from that, and we'll get into some other stuff as well. But just stay tuned and sit back, guys. About Tyson Fury, he states the following, I quote, "When you have two giants in the ring, it's a totally different fight. Wladimir has been fighting so many short opponents that he's used to them trying to work so hard to get to him, or he's clinching and tying him up and stuff. When you have a tall fighter, it's a different fight. Due to the fact that Klitschko has been coming off injuries and stuff like that, I didn't feel he was 100%, but he's saying he was, and that's the thing about it. It's boxing." So he's right. He's got a point. You know, stylistically, this was a different fight for Klitschko. Very, very, very different fight for Klitschko because this isn't Brian Jennings. This isn't Alex Leopai. This is a guy who's bigger than him, and you know, punch angles are different. Establishing a jab is a little harder because you're not punching down, you're punching up, and you know he had a harder time clinching this guy because this guy is bigger than the guy he's fought before. So it was different for Vlad, and he failed to make that adjustment, and he was supposed to fight on the inside, make this more of a rugged fight than it was, and he failed to make that adjustment. And Emmanuel Stewart always said that Vlad had that problem, and it showed up in this fight. So, you know, it is what it is. But continuing on with the article, he starts talking about Fury now. I quote, "Hopefully he holds on to the belt for as long as he can before I get to him, because we all know if people were saying Klitschko was the best of the division, now that he's lost, now people cannot deny that I'm officially now the best heavyweight in the world. All of the haters have to acknowledge it. They have to acknowledge it or look foolish trying to deny it. Hands down, I would most definitely knock out Tyson Fury. My style is awkward. I'm faster. I'm stronger. I'm more athletic. I'm more mobile. I'm 10 times better than him." So those are his words. And you know, before I get into dissecting those quotes, let me just say that he posted that photo on Instagram, saying that he was the best heavyweight in the world, and I gave him a piece of my mind saying that, you know, he's got to fight better opponents, and you know, I have a hard time even putting him in my top 3 heavyweights. And instead of having a dialogue or even saying, you know, what do you know about boxing, just say or doing anything, instead of doing that, Deontay Wilder blocked me on Instagram, so he got his feelings hurt. So shout out to Bronze Bomber for not wanting to have some dialogue about boxing. But anyway, I disagree with his statement. I disagree with his statement because number one, you are not the best heavyweight in the world. Let's get that straight real fast. Klitschko still didn't retire, so Klitschko's automatically still better than you because he was the guy in the division, and just because he lost doesn't make you better than him until he retires and is no longer fighting, or you beat him. So with that being said, Klitschko's better than Wilder. Tyson Fury is the lineal heavyweight champion. He beat the guy in the division, so he is also better than you. And you own a piece of the title, yeah, but let's be honest here for a second. You beat a guy in Bermain Stavern who's a solid fighter, yes, but is he a top flight talent? No. And you know, let's be honest. Bermain Stavern was 36 years old. Bermain Stavern beat a glorified journeyman in Chris Arreola to win the title, a vacant title at that. So you know, he didn't beat like the guy that he beat didn't even beat somebody really incredible for the title in the first place. So, you know, I don't like people try to hype up the Bermain Stavern win because yes, it is a good win, but let's be honest. The guys before that, before Bermain Stavern, were nothing but subpar fighters and faded, shot out ex-champions. And that's why the Bermain Stavern win is such a big deal. Is because he represented the first real challenge, real solid opponent that Wilder had to face in his career. We give him credit, he won. Okay, good job. But what has he done since then? He fought Eric Molina, a guy he's supposed to beat. He's bigger than. And he fights Johann Duhaupas, who's really a step down even from Molina. So, Duhaupas showed heart, but Duhaupas didn't bring nothing to the table that really forced Wilder to dig into that skill set of his. So, Fury's got a better resume than Wilder. I'll say that right here, right now. He's got a better resume, even without the Klitschko win. He does. Cause Derek Chisora is better than anybody that Wilder has beat. So, with that being said, he's not the best heavyweight in the world, and I'd be hard pressed to even say he's the third best heavyweight in the world, even with him having the title, because the guys he beat, the guy he beat for the title was okay, but not elite or anything like that. And the guys he beat before that were nothing, like I said earlier, but solid contender type dudes who were supposed to lose, or faded ex-champions, or subpar fighters. So with that being said, you got Luis Ortiz in the division, you got Brian Jennings in the division, you got Povetkin, you got Povetkin, you got Anthony Joshua coming up in the mix. I'm missing somebody too, but you got a lot of good fighters there that have either beaten better fighters or guys that are gonna have their toughest fights of their career coming soon. Way tougher than anything Deontay Wilder had. I mean, let's take a look at Anthony Joshua, for example. He's only has about 14 fights, I believe, in his career. He's 14-0. And he's fighting a guy named Dylan White who, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Dylan White beat Anthony Joshua in the amateurs? Isn't Dylan White like Anthony Joshua undefeated? They're both undefeated. They're both in their prime. They're both young. You see, Wilder fought a good fighter, but not a young good fighter. He fought an old good fighter. Well, these guys are fighting young good fighters, and look at Luis Ortiz. He's been struggling to get a big fight here in the USA for a while, and he's fighting a guy in Brian Jennings who, is not in his 20s, but still younger than him. So he's credit to Luis Ortiz for testing himself. These guys I believe that you can put any one of those guys that I just named ahead of Wilder, and it'd be okay. Joshua, I'd take Joshua right now over Wilder. So with that being said, we can't really read too much into the hype. He's an American fighter. I'm rooting for him. I want boxing on a mainstream level to matter in America. So I'm rooting for Wilder. It's not like I'm hating on Wilder, but he's got to fight better opponents. And I know he doesn't have all the influence in the world because this is boxing. It's not just I want to fight you, I want to fight you, I want to fight you. It's a political game. But with that, he's got to really push for some better fights. Like, I'm not saying he's got to fight a top 5 guy every fight, but dang, just fight top 15, top 20 type guys. I mean, he's not doing that. He's fighting guys in the 40s, and the 50s, the 60s. He's fighting guys he's supposed to beat. And you own a piece of what I deem as the most important title in all of sports, being a heavyweight champion, and that comes with a huge honor. And I feel like he should be fighting better fighters. So that's all from Wilder. I don't think he's the best heavyweight in the world, and I think he's being a little arrogant. And if he fights Fury, that'd be a great fight. I hope it happens. They're both undefeated. They both have great personalities, and it will give us a lot of clarity. And Wilder, should he show improve, I will come back right here and I will say that he won fair and square, just like Canelo Alvarez won fair and square. Even though I didn't agree with the decision, but he won fair and square, and he beat Miguel Cotto. So with that being said, Wilder is he's got to prove, not just to me and the fans and the boxing world, but prove to himself that he's the best fighter in the world, because there's no way that he really believes that, because if he did, he wouldn't have blocked me on Instagram, alright? So, I mean, it is what it is. We could have had some dialogue, but he chose to do that. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Deontay Wilder, do you believe he's now the best heavyweight in the world? And if not, do you think Tyson Fury is, now that he beat Klitschko for the title? I think so. I mean, that's just the way it works. But leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And until next time, take care, guys.